Hello, everyone. It's Mona again from Back Pain Movement Makers. And I forgot to give you the link to the heavenly chocolate cake. Nobody has complained. I'm going to give you the link today. And it's a Google Docs document. Uh, it's a Google document, so you can download it and print it out if you want to. You have access to that. Okay, sorry about that. Well, it's a new week and it's a new daily holistic healing habit. It's the 7th. It's about consume spiritual and transformational input every day and preferably throughout the day also. Why? Okay, and what does input really and spiritual and transformational, what does that mean? First of all, we are so programmed, first of all, from our parents, siblings, and the persons that we grow up with. We take on their values, their actions, their behavior, their thinking patterns, and so on. And we do that without any objections. We believe it's true. It's excuse me. It's not until we are around 7 or 8 years old that we could begin to choose to decide if this seems okay, true, healthy, and so on. So before that, we just take what everyone else says for truth. And um, then we begin kindergarten or preschool and then school. And we are taught so many things. You should behave in a way that is good in school. We should think, we should act and feel, and so on. And this, of course, is something that most people think this is necessary for the human kind to get along. But if we say like this, if you have to do something, or if you could choose to do something voluntarily, most people will choose to behave in a special way just because they want to, not because they have to. And if we were taught more like this, that it's to listen to our inner voice and not the ego this time, our true voice and our true guidance, and follow our feelings more, then we will have another society. I'm convinced that way anyway. So we need to have some, because look at the world, look at the results in the world. It doesn't matter what society we look at. Almost every society is having huge problems, and Mother Earth is having huge problems as well. So we don't have to look far away to see that something is missing. Something in our programming is not all right. And we are trained to be fearful. We are trained to feel separated and not being enough, not having enough, not doing enough. And everyone that has been through this training has a lot of scars from that. So we need to have some input. We need to take in something new, something that helps us to feel whole again. Something's something that helps us to begin to feel inner peace. Something that helps us to understand that we are enough. We were created complete. And there is nothing we have to say or do or think and so on to be, first of all, okay. Everyone is okay. And then feel that we are not just okay. We are perfect the way we are. Of course, we do things that sometimes is not very nice, but that is also on our journey to understand what we are and what everyone else is too. And we have to have some contradiction to our programming. We have to study material that talks about what we are, that are not punishing us, that are not telling us that we are sinful, that we are evil, that we are this and that, and so on. We need to study things, to study courses or listen to podcasts, reading books, listening to audiobooks. We need to do something every day except being in contact with our true selves or the highest consciousness. We need to study something as well, because the written word or the heard word is really important. So we need both. And there are a lot of material out there. Some of them are even free, for free, that will help us to really come back home again, to realize what we truly are. That we are made of unconditional love through by conditional love to unconditional love. It's our purpose here on earth to realize what we are and then begin to live that way. And when we begin to look at ourselves like the way the highest consciousness looks at us, we heal. And when we begin to look at ourselves that way, we could also begin to look at everyone else and the world that way too. And that is what salvation is about. So this is really important. There are some books that I'm going to recommend throughout this week that has changed my and Thomas' life forever. And they are channeled from the highest consciousness or whatever name they put on the source. But they are received like everyone else. Everyone has the ability to listen to when the highest consciousness is talking. It's not it's not a matter about that. It the problem is who's listening. And well, so everyone can have the ability, everyone has the ability to listen to the highest consciousness or whatever you call that force. So but to be the receiver of that dialogue or that monologue is a matter of being still and going inside. And these books that I'm going to present throughout this week will help you in that. on that journey to begin to listen, to hear and receive, being able to hear and receive the messages from your true self or the highest consciousness. Okay, so that will be everything for today. And remember that I have put the link to the heavenly chocolate cake, and it's a raw food, no sugar, no dairy, no flour, no added sugar at all. It is, and you don't have to cook it. It's just, you just put it in the fridge for some time. Okay. And the heavenly chocolate cake, you could have it in the fridge for, I have had, when Thomas did a huge, two of them, huge forms. We had them in the fridge for, I think, 6 weeks. So if you have it there, it's no problem. It could last for 6 weeks if you haven't eaten it before that. Okay, I'm really sorry I forgot that what I promised. Okay, but this is live. Life goes on too. So see you tomorrow, hopefully. And of course, try to spread the chocolate cake recipe. It's really delicious. Thomas has combined the chocolate cake himself. There are really two different. One is a brownie filling, a layer of the brownie, and one is another chocolate cake. And we have taken the both recipes apart and put it together in a new recipe, and it's absolutely delicious. Okay, but don't take too big piece, because it's you will become full really quick. Okay, hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.